So when a particle is projected from certain height, suppose h height above the tower, or h height of the tower, at certain angle theta from horizon. So again, the motion is in two dimension. There will be two velocities, one along x direction, another along y direction. X direction velocity will again remain constant. Y direction velocity will be changing. But in this case, this motion is not symmetrical. The body, the particle comes to the zero displacement when it is at the same height. Then it is going in opposite direction. So the displacement in this of this particle when it reaches the ground in y direction is minus h. तो जो y की इक्वेशन लिखते थे हम by using the equation of motion, if you take upward to be positive, ऊपर को पॉजिटिव ले लेंगे तो नीचे की तरफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट नेगेटिव आ जाएगा. So equation थी y is equal to u sin theta t minus half dt square. In the vector form y will be equal to minus h क्योंकि नीचे की तरफ हमने नेगेटिव लिया हुआ है, ऊपर की वेलोसिटी पॉजिटिव आ जाएगी. So u sin theta t, g is also negative, so minus half dt square. That will be the quadratic equation. इसको solve करेंगे तो हमें time मिल जाएगा. Time of flight will be the root of this equation. Y direction displacement when the particle reaches the ground, y direction displacement is opposite to the journey. When it reaches at the same height, it is 0, and when it lands on the ground, the y direction displacement is minus h. So solve for t. This t will be time of flight. Capital T is time taken to reach. So इसका कोई formula नहीं है, इसके हम equation बना के ही time taken to reach the ground, we will use this. Right. Next is the horizontal range, the distance from the foot of the tower where it lands on the ground. The range will be equal to u cos theta times t. U cos theta is the horizontal velocity, t is the time taken to reach the ground. Correct? So speed on reaching the ground, x component remains same, u cos theta, y component is suppose vy. Speed on reaching to vy square is equal to u square. U को अगर हम नेगेटिव ले लेते हैं, g times h. So v square is u square sin square theta plus 2h, 2gh. This is the velocity in y direction. X direction velocity remains same as u cos theta. दोनों का resultant calculate करेंगे तो speed v आ जाएगी. V is equal to v square. So it does not matter वो किसी भी angle पर हमने project किया हो. Speed on reaching the ground, it will be root of vx square plus vy square, and that will come out u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta plus 2gh. Cos square plus sin square become 1. So particle को चाहे नीचे फेंको या किसी एंगल पे फेंको, that speed with which it reaches the ground will be same. V is equal to root of u square plus 2gh. Direction at which it strikes the ground. So to calculate that direction, suppose this angle is alpha, tan alpha will be vy upon vx. The direction at which it strikes tan alpha will be vy by vx. Vy is root of u square sin square theta plus 2gh, and ux will be u cos theta. So when a particle is projectile is projected from certain height above the ground, we will consider this as two separate motion. Y की equation से time निकालेंगे, x की equation से displacement. Next case is horizontal projectile from certain height. या अगर हम इसी को suppose height से नीचे की तरफ करते, from a certain height, if the projectile is projected below the horizontal at an angle theta, not above. This is now projected below at an angle theta. So this projectile will be like this. It will reach the ground very soon. क्योंकि अभी इसमें वेलोसिटी नीचे की तरफ है, वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी इज आल्सो इन डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन, so it is accelerated motion in y direction also. So if we apply the second equation, h is equal to u sin theta t plus half gt square. Solve for capital T. And the distance at which it lands on the ground, r will be again u cos theta times t. T will be the total time of flight or time taken to reach the ground. The speed on reaching the ground and the direction will be again calculated as Vy by Vx. Tan alpha is Vy by Vx. And the speed with which it lands on the ground is root Vx square plus Vy square. So यहाँ पर क्योंकि x component तो same ही रहेगा velocity का, this will remain as u cos theta only, and the y direction velocity will be u square sin square theta plus 2gh. Which will again become same. So अगर हम किसी भी पार्टिकल को ऊपर की तरफ थीटा एंगल पे प्रोजेक्ट करें, नीचे की तरफ थीटा एंगल पे प्रोजेक्ट करें, या vertically upward, vertically downward, or it will be projected in horizontal direction. In all the cases, the speed with which it lands on the ground will be exactly same. Only time of flight will be different. Next case is the horizontal projectile from certain height. So from height h, if the projectile is projected horizontally, like from a aeroplane, some bomb is dropped, that is also the similar case. So from the height h, if we project a particle at an angle parallel to the horizontal direction, or the same case will be from any flying airplane, if a bomb is dropped or any food packet is dropped, it's the same thing. So the speed with which this airplane is flying, the same speed will be the of this bomb also, exactly at the same height from the ground. So since initially there is no y direction velocity, y velocity is zero, or whole speed is in x direction because of the gravitational acceleration. Y direction speed will be increasing and the particle will acquire y direction velocity as well. Same will be here. So suppose we have to hit some target by using this bomb. The bomb has to be released some distance before the target. The distance is r. Here in y direction, if we write this equation, in y direction, the equation of displacement is h is equal to ut plus half gt square. So time taken will become root of 2h by g, the time taken. And similarly, the displacement r will be u times t. The speed with which on reaching the ground will be again same. So हम स्पीड वाले को डायरेक्टली एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन के मेथड से कैलकुलेट कर लें तो भी वो हर बार सेम ही आएगा. R is equal to u times t. So it is u into root 2h by g, the distance at which this particle will land on the ground. So these are the common projectile. Common projectile means the standard cases of the projectile. अब जैसे हमने vertically upward direction में किया था, similarly when the particle is projected from the ground, the first case of symmetrical projectile, every particle is at the same height twice. Every particle is at the same height two times, once before reaching the maximum height and second time after reaching the maximum height. So if you have to find the relation between this time t is equal to t1 and t2. So again in y direction, the time instants when particle is at the same height. When projectile is at same height. We will use the y direction equation, which was y is equal to u sine theta t minus half dt square. Gt square minus 2u sine theta t plus 2 times h. So we'll substitute y as h and make a quadratic equation in time. This is a quadratic equation और इस equation के roots होंगे t1 and t2. Sum of root of this equation will be t1 plus t2. That's equal to minus b by a 2u sine theta by g. And 2u sine theta by g was the total time of flight. So अगर एक particle 3 second पर है, दूसरा 6 second पे, then the total time of flight of this projectile will be 9 seconds. The product of root t1 into t2 will be c by a, so that becomes 2h by g. So this height, when the particles are at same distance, at the same height, will be equal to half g t1 t2. और जो second equation इसमें आती है, that between these two time instants, the displacement is only horizontal. So the question is asked, what is the average velocity between t1 and t2? Average velocity between t1 and t2, since it remains constant velocity in x direction, y में कोई y direction में there is no displacement in y direction, so there will not be any change in the y direction. X direction की velocity constant है, constant velocity of average will be same. Between these two time instants, the average velocity will be same as the constant velocity, and that velocity is v times cos theta or u times cos theta. Right? Okay. So we can solve some questions from the projectile motion worksheet on this. This is the motion in plane. For the projectile motion, okay, I'm sending in the group the projectile motion speed. तब तक हम थोड़े से और concept देख लेते हैं. In the projectile motion, when a particle is thrown, its velocity, y direction velocity decreases. It becomes 0 at the maximum height, and again it start increasing. So the total time of flight of the projectile is 2u sine theta by g. The time taken to reach the maximum height, will be exactly half t by 2, and that will become u sine theta by g. Next question comes, or next time comes. Find the speed. Find the time when the velocity becomes perpendicular to the initial velocity. So this is a question. Find the time taken Find the time taken for velocity to become perpendicular to initial direction. Velocity to become perpendicular to initial direction. कितने टाइम में स्पीड इनिशियल वेलोसिटी के परपेंडिकुलर हो जाती है. So that means we have to find time after which the velocity of projectile is perpendicular to initial direction is this, perpendicular to this is this. So we have to find the time when the particle velocity is perpendicular to the initial direction of motion. Right, so there are three methods. One method is we can use the equation of motion. Another equation is that we can use vector product. ये theta, ये 90, so it becomes 90 minus theta. Velocity of this particle after time t becomes perpendicular to the initial velocity. That means अगर हम दोनों का dot product निकालेंगे, then it will come out to be 0. Initial velocity vector wise u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta times j cap. Velocity at time t we can write in terms of general equation. It is equal to u cos theta times I cap plus u sin theta minus gt times j cap. u cos theta u sin theta इनिशियल वेलोसिटी कंपोनेंट और t टाइम के बाद एक कंपोनेंट वेलोसिटी. अभी इसमें हम डायरेक्शन नहीं लिखेंगे, माइनस या प्लस नहीं लिखेंगे बिकॉज वी डोंट नो वेयर दिस पार्टिकल इज गोइंग टू बी. बट आफ्टर टाइम t, so since v is perpendicular to u, दो perpendicular vectors का डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 होता है, v dot u will be equal to 0. डॉट प्रोडक्ट में i को i से और j को j से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. u स्क्वायर cos स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस u sin theta into u sin theta minus gt is equal to 0. U square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta minus u sin theta into gt is equal to 0. So u square is equal to u sin theta gt and t will be equal to u divided by g sin theta. The time in which the speed of the velocity of the particle becomes perpendicular to initial velocity is u by g sin theta. और इस टाइम पे स्पीड कितनी होगी ये कैलकुलेट करने के लिए भी हम ज्योमेट्री भी यूज कर सकते हैं और इक्वेशन भी यूज कर सकते हैं. The speed when the particle velocity becomes perpendicular to the initial velocity, the speed we can calculate with the help of this logic. $90 and here it is theta, so it becomes 90 minus theta. This angle also become 90 minus theta. Velocity x direction component always remains same, so v cos 90 minus theta will be equal to u cos theta. X direction velocity component remains same and therefore x direction velocity component remains same. तो हम दोनों को इक्वेट कर देते हैं. b cos 90 minus theta will be equal to u cos theta. The speed of the particle when it is moving perpendicular to the initial direction will be u times cos. पहले में हमने टाइम कैलकुलेट किया, सेकंड में हमने उसकी वैल्यू कैलकुलेट किया. स्पीड व्हेन इट बिकम्स परपेंडिकुलर टू इनिशियल. बट इसके लिए कंडीशन भी होती है लाइक दिस टाइम t is equal to u upon g sin theta. It is not always possible that the particle will become perpendicular to the initial direction, क्योंकि this time should be smaller than the total time of flight. So this condition that the motion is becoming perpendicular to initial direction is possible not for all the angle. Condition for this to occur is the time at which it is becoming perpendicular, this should be less than or equal to total time of flight. So u upon g sin theta should be less than 2u sin theta by g, or sin square theta should be greater than half, sin theta should be greater than 1 upon root 2, and theta should be greater than 45. अगर एंगल ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन लेस देन 45 है तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं होगा कि वो वेलोसिटी इनिशियल से परपेंडिकुलर हो जाए. बिफोर बिकमिंग परपेंडिकुलर इट विल लैंड ऑन द ग्राउंड. That's why it is not always possible for the particle to become perpendicular to initial direction. Right, so I'm sending some questions from projectile on the. No, this is little. This is for the J people and need people. I'm just sharing the. Okay. Right. So next is projectile on inclined plane. Projectile on inclined plane. Right. So if we have to find the range on the horizontal projectile, sorry, on the inclined plane. So there are two possible ways. एक तरीका है कि हम इसको ground वाला projectile ही assume कर लें. Let's say this angle is alpha. Alpha is the angle of inclination of the inclined plane, and projectile is projected at an angle theta from the ground. This is projectile on inclined plane. So when the projectile is projected on the inclined plane, there are two ways to solve it. We can assume this as a ground projectile, and then we write the equation of this projectile in terms of ground projectile only. Ground projectile मतलब हम इसकी range assume कर लें that on the horizontal plane it is r, on the inclined plane. So x distance जो उसने cover की that is r cos alpha, y direction that it covers is r sin alpha, and accordingly we can write the equation for the projectile motion. इंक्लाइन प्लेन प्रोजेक्टाइल को सॉल्व करने का एक तरीका हम उसको ग्राउंड से हॉरिजॉन्टल प्लेन अज्यूम कर लें, एंड द पॉइंट वेयर इट स्ट्राइक्स ऑन द इंक्लाइन प्लेन, इसके कोऑर्डिनेट आ जाएंगे r cos alpha and r sin alpha. So as we had the equation for projectile motion, y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square upon 2 u square cos square theta. Theta is the projected from the ground. इसमें हम x को पुट कर दें r, x को हम पुट कर दें r cos alpha and right. So we can do this. Y as r sin alpha, x as r cos alpha, and then by using this we can directly calculate the value of r. So we can solve this r. आ जाएगा कुछ? r gone. It will be g into r times cos square alpha divided by 2u square cos square theta cos alpha tan theta minus sin alpha. So cos alpha into sin by cos minus sin alpha. So sin theta cos alpha minus cos theta sin alpha divided by cos of theta. ये हम क्या कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं? वैसे किसी भी प्रोजेक्टाइल को अगर हम इंक्लाइन प्लेन से प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द ग्राउंड, one of the corner point, then it will be able to go only r distance. So this is the range on the inclined projectile. इसका एक तरीका है कि हम प्रोजेक्टाइल प्लेन के along x और y डायरेक्शन लेके रिजॉल्व करें. दूसरा तरीका है कि we can consider this to be a part of the ground projectile, और जहां पर ये particle inclined plane को hit करता है उसके हमने कोऑर्डिनेट निकाल लिए in terms of r. Capital R is the range on the inclined plane. So this becomes sin theta minus alpha g times r cos square alpha divided by 2u square cos square theta. 2u square cos square theta, that is equal to sin theta minus alpha upon cos theta. Sin theta minus alpha divided by cos theta. So ये cos से cos cancel. 2u square sin theta minus alpha into cos theta divided by g times cos square alpha. That is the formula for range on the inclined plane. Theta is the angle of projection. Theta is the angle of projection from the ground, and alpha is the angle of inclination of the inclined plane. This is the range, but inclined plane के questions जब भी हम solve करेंगे, we will not use the formula. We will use this as two separate equation, x and y direction equation. That will be the easier and better way to write the equation. इसको याद करना भी थोड़ा मुश्किल है, and we will not use it. We will prefer solving this equation with the help of. So अभी हम थोड़े से questions कर लेते हैं. Like question here is a particle is thrown with velocity u. A particle is thrown with velocity. This worksheet I will share with you. The particle is projected with velocity u from the vertical at an angle theta. At time t is equal to 1 second and t is equal to 3 seconds, it is found at the same height. At time t is equal to 1 second and t is equal to 3 seconds, it is found at the same height h. Calculate the maximum height of the projectile. Calculate maximum height of the projectile if it is found at the same height at time t is equal to 1 second and 3 seconds. Right, question is clear? We throw a particle projectile, it is found to be at the same height twice t1 and t2. So हमने इसकी इक्वेशन पढ़ी थी, जब भी कोई projectile same height पर होगा, t1 plus t2 will be equal to the total time of flight, and total time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. या इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 2 times initial y direction velocity. So t1 is 1, t2 is 3, it becomes 4. From here we get the y direction velocity, uy is 2 times g or 20 meter per second. The maximum height attained by the projectile is u square sin square theta upon 2g. U square sin square theta upon 2g, which is also become uy square upon 2g. So uy square is 400 divided by 20, that is 20 meters. Projectile is at same height at 1 second and 3 seconds. So that means 1 plus 3 should be equal to total time of flight. From there we calculate the speed of projectile in y direction. Right. Next question. I will share this worksheet. अभी मेरे पास की PDF मिल नहीं रही है. I'll share this some questions from this worksheet of projectile we are doing in class. Remaining I'll share you for the homework. Second question is the time. Find the time taken by the projectile to reach A to B. A से B तक पहुंचने का टाइम निकालना है. This angle is 30 degree and total angle is 60 degree. Find the time taken. Find time taken to reach from A to B. And this distance
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
ब्रेक हो रही है या नहीं रही है, मतलब वॉल्यूम लो.
सर अब आ रही है, बीच में रुक गई थी.
अच्छा, आई थिंक शायद वो कुछ ब्लूटूथ ऑन हो गया था. हाँ, ओके. सो क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर ये, सॉरी, क्वेश्चन हियर इज फाइंड द डिस्टेंस AB if this projectile hits horizontally. Sorry, I mixed the question. Calculate distance AB on the inclined plane. Distance covered along the plane, along the inclined plane AB if particle hits the plane horizontally. So question क्या है, ये speed is, suppose we take it as 20 meter per second. We have to find this AB. अगर ये vertical point maximum height पर velocity is horizontal, so that means point B is corresponding to the maximum height. So we can calculate the maximum height by using the formula u squared sin square theta upon 2g. U is 20, square करोगे 400 into sin square 60 upon 2 into 10. So that will be 20. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Square करेंगे तो आ जाएगा 15 meter. 15 meter is the vertical height. Now we can calculate R by using this right angle triangle. H by R is sin theta. So H by R is sin 30. R will be equal to H divided by sin 30. 30 meters. So the range will be, and the inclined plane range will be 30 meters. So mostly we will try to avoid the inclined plane formula. We'll try to use with the other equation. Other equation means x, the normal horizontal projectile, and x direction and y direction motion. Right. Next question. Next question is किसी क्वेश्चन में डाउट हो तो पूछ लेना. Clear? Understood this? Two questions? Okay. So next question is the particle is projected such that particle is projected from the ground with initial speed u at an angle theta. The question is calculate the average velocity of the particle between the point of projection and highest point of trajectory. Calculate average velocity of particle between point of projection and highest point of trajectory. So ये point of projection O and the maximum height के बीच में हमें निकालना है vertical total average velocity. Average velocity is total displacement divided by time taken. Displacement is average velocity is total displacement divided by total time taken, and time taken is half of the time of flight. Displacement is r by 2 square plus h whole square, that is the hypotenuse, divided by total half of the time of flight. Right, so calculate the average speed, calculate the average velocity by displacement divided by time. रेंज का फॉर्मूला होता है u स्क्वायर sin 2 theta by 2g, so u square sin 2 theta upon 2 into 2 becomes 4g, and plus u square sin square theta upon u square sin square theta sin 2 theta upon g, so this become 2g, and u square sin square theta upon 2g whole square, and the time of
तो
flight is
4G तो होगा अच्छा नहीं
हाँ
नहीं सर ठीक है
ठीक है ना. ये रेंज इज u स्क्वायर sin 2 theta by g डिवाइड बाय 2 करोगे तो 2g हो जाएगा. सो नाउ sin 2 theta को sine 2 sine theta into cos theta and then simplify. Find the average velocity between point of position and the topmost point. क्या आएगा आंसर? बेटा आ गया आंसर? इसमें से हम क्या करेंगे, ऊपर देखो कॉमन कर लेंगे u स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर थीटा बाई 2g। थोड़ा सा बड़ा फंक्शन बन रहा है बट आंसर इसका सिंपल सा गिवन है। u स्क्वायर साइन 2 थीटा इज साइन थीटा इंटू कॉस थीटा डिवाइडेड बाई g होल स्क्वायर और प्लस u स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस u स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर थीटा अपॉन 2g u स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर थीटा अपॉन 2g का होल स्क्वायर so divided by u sin theta by g। so रूट लोगे ऊपर से, एक तो u स्क्वायर कॉमन आ गया, साइन स्क्वायर थीटा कॉमन आ गया, साइन थीटा कॉमन आ जाएगा कि स्क्वायर का रूट लोगे तो वो रूट बाहर आ जाएगा, नीचे g आ गया, बचेगा क्या ऊपर ऊपर टर्म में, दिस बिकम्स cos स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस सेकेंड वाले में बचेगा साइन स्क्वायर थीटा डिवाइडेड बाई 4 और नीचे आ गया u साइन थीटा अपॉन g। ना आप अपने आप कैलकुलेट करके देख लेना, एक स्टेप ज्यादा लगा लेना आप चाहे। सो साइन थीटा कौन, g से g कौन, u to u कौन, इट बिकम u into रूट 4 cos square theta plus sin square theta divided by 2 and that can be written as 1 plus 3 cos square theta। so u by 2 root 1 plus 3 cos square theta, that is the average velocity between the point of projection and the topmost point। Yes, there is a new student today, Piyush। नो, हाँ बड़ा समझ आ रहा है कुछ, थोड़ा मैथमेटिकली ज्यादा मैथमेटिक्स ज्यादा हो रही है इन दिस इक्वेशन। सो बेसिकली वी हैव दो स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मूला बट स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मूला पे बेस्ड डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते हैं, सो वी नीड टू डू सम मोर कैलकुलेशन बेस्ड ऑन द इक्वेशन इंफॉर्मेशन गिवन। जैसे इसको और किसी तरीके से करेंगे तो शायद थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ज्यादा हो जाएगा। सो वी यूज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट फ्रॉम पॉइंट ऑफ
सर हमने
पोजीशन।
साइन थीटा कॉस थीटा कैसे लिखा है?
साइन टू थीटा का फॉर्मूला, साइन
वो
टू थीटा
साइन
का
टू
फॉर्मूला होता है
थीटा है,
2
ठीक है ठीक
साइन
है।
थीटा इंटू कॉस थीटा और 2 ऊपर नीचे कैंसल आउट हो गया, सो ये बचेगा सिर्फ जी नीचे।
ओके सर।
राइट, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, जब भी किसी पार्टिकल को हम प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम ग्राउंड टू ग्राउंड, देयर इज अनदर रिलेशन दैट वी कैन यूज बिटवीन h and r। दिस आल्सो हेल्प सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस क्विकली। h is u square sin square theta upon 2g and range is u square sin 2 theta by g। So if we open and divide u square 2 sin theta cos theta upon g, the ratio of h by r, it will become tan theta by 4। So this is another relation. There's a question given, if the range is double 2 times the maximum height achieved, find the angle of projection or find the maximum height। So for this type of question, we can directly use, like the maximum height of projectile is half of its range. Find the range. That's the question. If given that maximum height is half of, so it is given short form में लिखता हूँ, h is equal to r by 2 when the particle is projected to the speed u and angle theta. Find the range. Find the range of projectile. So if h is equal to r by 2, h by r आ जाएगा half. So since h by r is equal to tan theta by 4, half will be equal to tan theta by 4. So which means tan theta is equal to 2. If a particle is, in a projectile, if the maximum height is half of the range, then tan theta will be equal to 2, theta will be tan inverse half. And now it is asking to calculate the range. Range का formula u square. Range is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. और हमें tan theta calculate कर लिया. Tan theta is going to be 2. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base, so it become hypotenuse will become root 5. U square sine 2 theta का formula 2 sin theta into cos theta divided by g. U square into 2. Sin theta is 2 by root 5. Cos theta is 1 by root 5 divided by g. So that is 4u square upon 5g. Right, so that is the particle projectile motion. Next case is relative motion in the projectile. I'll share this worksheet with you as a homework. Mostly questions will be formula based, but we can use formula to solve to get the questions. But direct question nahi aayenge that calculate the time of flight, calculate the range, calculate this. So questions will be little tricky. You have to be careful. Let's do one more question. Question is saying that the particle is projected with a speed of, a particle is projected, projectile is projected. Initial velocity is given as 2i plus, initial velocity is given as I plus 2j. Find the equation of path. Find the equation of its path. So u is equal to I plus 2j. Initial velocity है, इसका मतलब x डायरेक्शन की वेलोसिटी होगी. So जब भी कोई particle projectile पे move करेगा, it will have two velocities. One is along x direction, that is I cap. Ux is 1 and uy is 2. We can write two separate equation for the journey. Y direction equation and x direction equation. वैसे तो हम equation of motion भी directly याद कर सकते हैं, but suppose अगर हमें वो याद नहीं है, so still we can write x direction में it is due to the constant velocity, so that become 1 into t. x की वैल्यू t के इक्वल आ गई, फर्स्ट इक्वेशन. और दूसरी इक्वेशन थी y डायरेक्शन में वेलोसिटी, दैट विल बी u sin theta t minus half gt square. uy sin theta, u sin theta को हम uy लिख सकते हैं, so that become 2 times t minus half 10 into t square. So that is 2t minus 5t square, and since t is equal to x, substitute t is equal to x, so y is equal to 2x minus 5x square. The particle is projected at an angle theta and 90 minus theta. Complementary angle पे range same होते हैं, time of flight and maximum height will be different. At an angle theta and at an angle 90 minus theta, both the particles will have same range. R1 is equal to R2. T1 by T2 is equal to tan theta, and the ratio of maximum height is tan square theta for complementary angle. for complementary angles theta and 90 minus theta, the projectile will have same range but different time of flight and different maximum height. Right. Next is the relative motion in the projectile. Relative motion in projectile. So when two projectiles are projected, they both are moving under gravity only. They both have same acceleration due to gravity. So relative acceleration becomes zero. Relative motion in projectile का मतलब we have two different projectiles. Suppose A is projected with speed u1 theta 1. Other particle is projected with speed u2 at an angle theta 2. At a distance d from each other and they collide somewhere in mid-air. So ये तो इनका actual motion है, they will collide somewhere at point C, उसके coordinate निकाल सकते हैं हम. Now we have to find that relative motion कैसा दिखेगा. The motion of A with respect to B or as observed by B. This is same language. A के लिए acceleration is minus g, B का acceleration minus g, so relative acceleration of A with respect to B is 0. Right? Relative acceleration आ गया 0. Relative acceleration 0 का मतलब relative velocity constant रहेगी. Velocity of A initial point पे u1 cos theta 1 I cap plus u1 sin theta 1 times j cap. Velocity of B vector wise minus u2 cos theta 2 I cap plus u2 sin theta 2 times j cap. Relative velocity निकालने के लिए VA with respect to B is VA minus VB. So relative acceleration 0 का मतलब क्या हो गया? Relative velocity will remain constant और velocity constant का मतलब it will be moving in the same direction. So एक तो objective में question सिर्फ इतना आता है, what is the path of A as observed by B? If there is no acceleration, if there is a constant velocity, then particle will be moving in that straight line only. It will be a constant velocity. Right? Velocity of A with respect to B will be velocity of A minus velocity of B. If you use the vector u1 cos theta 1 I minus of minus, so u1 cos theta 1 minus of minus हो जाएगा plus u2 cos theta 2 I cap plus u1 sin theta 1 minus u2 sin theta 2 times j cap. राइट. सो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, अगर हम A को A के रेस्पेक्ट B के रेस्पेक्ट में A को देखेंगे तो B विल बी इन स्टेट ऑफ रेस्ट. नाउ A के पास दो वेलोसिटी कंपोनेंट आ गए, x डायरेक्शन में एक y डायरेक्शन में. x डायरेक्शन में वेलोसिटी कंपोनेंट आ गई u1 cos थीटा 1 प्लस u2 cos थीटा 2 और B के पास वेलोसिटी आ गई y डायरेक्शन में आ गई u1 sin थीटा 1 माइनस u2 sin थीटा 2. अगर A को B से कोलाइड करना है, इसका मतलब y डायरेक्शन वेलोसिटी तो जीरो होनी चाहिए. इफ A इज गोइंग टू कोलाइड विद B, देन x डायरेक्शन वेलोसिटी होनी चाहिए और y डायरेक्शन वेलोसिटी 0, बिकॉज अगर y डायरेक्शन वेलोसिटी है तो ये ऊपर से निकल जाएगा, b से कोलाइड नहीं कर पाएगा. इफ a कोलाइड्स विद b, in mid-air, the y direction velocity u1 sin theta 1 minus u2 sin theta 2 should be equal to 0. This velocity is 0, इसका मतलब आ गया u1 sin theta 1 should be equal to u2 sin theta 2. और y डायरेक्शन जो टाइम लगेगा अभी कोलाइड करने में, so कोलिजन के लिए इसको d डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करना है x डायरेक्शन में, टाइम टेकन टू कोलाइड. कोलिजन के क्वेश्चन, चेजिंग के क्वेश्चन, बेटर तरीका क्या होता है, हम दोनों में से किसी एक बॉडी को रेस्ट पे अज्यूम कर लेते हैं. हियर b इज इन स्टेट ऑफ रेस्ट बिकॉज मोशन इज ऑब्जर्व्ड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू b. तो a के दो कंपोनेंट जो है उससे हमें वेलोसिटी मिल जाएगी d upon u1 cos theta 1 plus u2 cos theta 2. Right? If these two particles are colliding, so पहला तो क्वेश्चन क्या था कि अगर एक प्रोजेक्टाइल दूसरे प्रोजेक्टाइल को ऑब्जर्व करता है, then how does it the path appear? The path looks like a straight line path because the relative acceleration is 0 only. Second, time taken to collide. Time taken to collide should be d upon u1 cos theta 1 plus u2 cos theta 2, और collision तभी होगा जब दोनों की y direction velocity component has to be equal. Correct? Fine. So ये हो गया projectile motion के cases. Next is इसी में एक दो क्वेश्चन और देख लेते हैं. Like suppose there are two projectile projected from different towers in horizontal direction. Question is find the time and position where they collide. ठीक है, तो वही d upon u1 plus u2 आ जाएगा. If the distance is d, time taken to collide will they collide? Time after which their velocities are perpendicular to each other. Time after which their velocities are perpendicular to each other. So इसकी कुछ velocity आ जाएगी, इसकी velocity आ जाएगी, and we have to find that these two velocities are perpendicular to each other. इस horizontal case में वो collide नहीं कर पाएंगे because एक B के पास एक vertical velocity भी होनी चाहिए so that it can cover that distance. Relative velocity में y direction component 0 आ जाएगा, so they both will not be having the same y component after time t. Velocity आपस में perpendicular हो जानी चाहिए, इसका मतलब v1 is perpendicular to v2, and that means the dot product of vector v1 and v2 should be equal to 0. v1 has x component u1 I cap, y component minus gt j cap, dot u2 is minus u2 I cap minus gt j cap to 0. So in the perpendicular question, the safer side is that you write the two vectors and take the dot product, और उनका dot product equal to 0 कर दो. ये तो हो गया time after which their velocities are perpendicular. अगर हम इसमें collision की बात करें तो collision इसमें नहीं हो सकता, reason being क्योंकि उन दोनों के पास y डायरेक्शन में कोई वेलोसिटी नहीं है. अगर ये पार्टिकल को हमने हॉरिजॉन्टल प्रोजेक्ट किया तो इसको किसी एंगल पे प्रोजेक्ट करना पड़ेगा so that they will collide, so that it can cover that vertical separation between the two, which is h2 minus h1. Calculate angle theta so that the particle collide. Projectiles collide in midair. तो क्या करेंगे इसके लिए हम A की वेलोसिटी को B के रेस्पेक्ट में प्लॉट करेंगे. A की velocity B के respect में मतलब B will come in state of rest and then the velocity of A must be directed towards B. Yes. किसी ने पूछा कुछ? Velocity of A आ जाएगा U1 cos theta I cap plus U1 sin theta J cap. Velocity of B has only one component, that is minus U2 I cap. Relative velocity is velocity of A minus velocity of B, so आ जाएगा U1 cos theta plus U2 I cap plus U1 sin theta J cap. That means अगर हम B को रेस्ट में assume कर लेते हैं, if we assume B in a state of rest, so B के पास जाना चाहिए A को. The direction velocity of relative velocity of A should be directed towards B. So ये आ गया x direction component U1 cos theta plus U2, U1 cos theta plus U2. And vertical direction is U1 sin theta. Tan alpha is perpendicular, so U1 sin theta divided by U1 cos theta plus U2. इससे हम कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे the angle alpha at which the particle should be thrown. The direction in which the particle should be projected should be along such a direction so that the velocity component of A with respect to B should be same. Relative motion under projectile means when the two projectiles are projected, motion हमेशा straight line होगा. यहाँ पर वो relative with path, this path should be along this. This is the path of A with respect to B. If A has to hit B, it should be going along this direction. और उसको हमने यहाँ से calculate कर लिया और tan alpha की value from this, it will come out h2 minus h1 divided by d. Right? Very nice. So ये projectile वाले cases हो गए सारे. अब इसी बचता है motion plane में एक circular motion, uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. So when a body moves on a circle, it requires a centripetal acceleration toward the center. If it moves with a constant speed, it is called uniform circular motion. If it moves with a non-uniform speed, it is called non-uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion का मतलब constant speed but changing direction. So there is a variable velocity. in this case, there is only one direction acceleration is required, and that acceleration is toward the center, and which is called as centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration is acceleration toward the center, and it can only change the direction. V square by R. If it is rotating on a circular path, there will be angular velocity also R omega square. Centripetal acceleration is R omega square. This is toward the center, and this is requirement. This is requirement of the circular motion. When I say कोई particle circle पे move नहीं कर सकता, there must be a force directed toward the center of that circle that is providing the centripetal acceleration. And if there is a non-uniform circular motion, omega को हम लिखेंगे 2 pi by time period, or we can write this as 2 pi into frequency. Non-uniform circular motion is the motion with constant increasing speed or decreasing speed. Circular motion with increasing or decreasing speed. When the particle moves on a circle with increasing speed, it should have a tangential acceleration along with the centripetal. Tangential acceleration is required to change the speed. At is equal to dv by dt, and the centripetal acceleration is required to change the direction. One is changing the speed, another is changing the magnitude. And the net acceleration of any non-uniform circular motion, resultant acceleration will be equal to the root of AC square plus AT square. We'll find out tangential acceleration separately, we'll find out centripetal acceleration separately, and then resultant acceleration is AC square plus AT square root. अगर acceleration और velocity के बीच में angle alpha है, then tan alpha is equal to AC by AT. AC is V square by R, and AT is dV by dt. That is for a non-uniform. When the particle moves on a circular path with increasing speed, the angle between velocity and acceleration is acute angle less than 90. Right? If the particle moves on a circular path with decreasing speed, then there should be tangential retardation. If it is with a decreasing speed, there should be tangential retardation. So opposite to the velocity, there should be a tangential retardation, and there will be a centripetal acceleration, and the resultant will be at an angle of obtuse angle. Centripetal acceleration v square by 2, tangential retardation is minus of dv by dt. Right, so these are the cases, और हम इसके questions I'll share the worksheet today after the class. Circular motion and projectile motion. So हमने
So
kinetic
please share
motion.
the PDF as well.
Okay. Projectile motion and circular motion के दो worksheet होंगे, so you will solve this. Circular motion we will solve with the help of equation in the laws of motion chapter, when we write the equation for centripetal force as well. Right, so kinematics part kind of theory wise we have done. You have to solve the previous year questions, and I have also uploaded the test for the kinematics. I was waiting for the today lecture. Now kinematics test is also uploaded on the Prepdoor in both respective JEE and NEET section. You can go and appear. And I have separated the test because the combining paper was becoming a little difficult. One teacher cannot make the paper for PCB. Biology was becoming out of syllabus by the random picking. So there will be separate paper for physics, separate one separate for chemistry, and separate for bio. Initially, and when
So
the full
please ask Shashti ma'am to send me the playlist of kinematics chapter.
okay, you are not finding it on YouTube.
No, sir, I wasn't able to find it.
Okay.